Hey y'all, hey! Welcome back to my channel. I am Tamika Thompson and I am the owner and resume writer at Thompson Resume Writing Company. And for this video, I am going to be giving you all some insight on how I was able to land a brand new job with a higher salary just 26 days after being laid off. So I've talked about getting laid off in multiple videos on my channel, and I even created a video giving you all tips on how to bounce back after a layoff, what to do after you get laid off, what are the steps you should take, how you can position yourself to start landing a new job sooner rather than later, especially when finances are of the essence, etc. So I ended up putting those very same tips to the test as I have done many times in the past. Surprisingly, this layoff did not catch me by surprise, so I was able to prepare for it in advance, and I am going to tell you guys how. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Number one on this list is I updated my resume at the end of Q1. So I ended up getting laid off in Q2. Coincidentally, I ended up updating my resume at the very end of Q1. So like at the end of March, middle of March, somewhere around there. I had updated it at the end of 2023, but within that 3-month time frame, I had some new work-related accomplishments that I was able to add to my resume, and a couple of other things that I just wanted to spruce it up. I also ended up just kind of repositioning it, retargeting it, etc. So when I got laid off, I didn't have to update my resume. It was already updated. Like I had literally done it maybe like a month before it happened. And this is why in all of my videos, I always say, always keep your resume updated, because when you find yourself getting laid off, getting fired, time is of the essence. And when your resume is updated and it's ready to go, and you already have it saved to your computer, it's updated with the contact information, your most recent job, the targeting is on point, the type of position that you're going for, like that can save you a ton of time. Sometimes when you have to wait to update your resume, that can waste a couple of weeks, if not up to a month or longer, of precious job searching time. And we all know that when you find yourself suddenly without a job, for some people or most people, time is of the essence. And the sooner you can start applying to jobs and start getting interviews, the better. Not having your resume updated is a waste of time. So by keeping my resume updated and always making sure that I was continuously keeping it updated worked to my advantage, because I think I got laid off on a Tuesday. By that Thursday, Friday, I was already applying to jobs, so it was no big deal. Number 2 on this list is I started applying to jobs, and I started just looking at jobs on job boards after the 3rd round of layoffs happened. So I'm not going to say the company that I work for, but if you are connected with me on LinkedIn, if you follow me on LinkedIn, then you know the company that I used to work for. And the past year to the past year and a half or so has been very economically challenging. The company was not doing well. We had 3 rounds of layoffs last year. One was in May, another was like towards the end of the summer, and then another one occurred like right before Christmas. And I was spared for all 3, but it just kind of made me wondering. I got nervous, right? As any person would. So at the end of like that last layoff, like towards the end of December, shortly after I had updated my resume at the end of 2023 in general, I was already just kind of looking at the job market, looking at jobs on Indeed, on LinkedIn, just kind of taking an assessment and an analysis of what the job market was looking like, what type of positions are open right now, what are the salary benchmarks that I'm seeing, and just kind of putting some feelers out there because I had gotten nervous. In addition to that, I had also kind of cut back on spending just a little bit, and I was putting more money than usual, than regular, into my savings. So, savings, I normally have like a set number that goes into my savings account every check. I actually kind of kicked that up by a couple $100s just because I was feeling a little antsy. Like, okay, I know I already have enough in savings, and I know that I would get a severance and everything like that, but it never hurts to have extra money saved. And I did record and shared a video about this to my channel about some of the warning signs of being laid off. all of the signs that I listed in that video was there. The company wasn't doing well. We had gotten new leadership, a new CEO, new board members, everything. Layoffs had already happened, and then we had faced, our department, at least the marketing department, had faced steep budget cuts to the point where it was just like, what are we supposed to do with this? Like, what marketing are we supposed to do with this trash budget? So I saw the writing on the wall, and I had already started preparing to get out of there before it even happened. When you start seeing those warning signs, I urge you guys, seriously, like, take heed. Do not wait for it to come down the pipeline. Or if it does, again, you already have like your ducks in a row and you're probably already out the door. But when you see the writing on the wall like that, update your resume quick, fast, in a hurry. Don't wait, rush quickly. Number 3 on this list is that I reached out to references beforehand. So with my current position, of course, they're in the process of doing like a reference check, a background check, etc. I had already contacted between 5 and 6 people who were willing and open to serving as a reference for me. Like, hey, I'm starting to job search right now. Can I list you, your phone number, your email, etc., all of your contact information to be contacted by potential employers? So by doing this, I was able to kind of get ahead of the curve, because I know that that is a step in the interview process, especially once you get to the final steps. And you don't want to be that person where you have a recruiter or an employer calling somebody out the blue. You always want to give a heads up, and typically you want to identify who you want your references to be based on the positions that you're applying to. So with this job search, I was looking to take a step up in my career. So I tapped a couple of direct managers that I've had in the past, and I've also contacted people who were able to speak to my leadership skills and be able to speak to the capacity that I have to lead a team and lead operations and projects, etc. So before you start job searching, reach out to people who you feel comfortable and confident listing as a reference, and make sure that they are on board with serving as a reference for you. And again, you don't want to put your references on your resume, because you don't need to do that in 2024, but have the information maybe typed out in a OneNote note list, or in a sticky notes, or just a Microsoft Word document, but you don't need to have it in your resume. Last on this list is I leveraged new skills in order to earn more money. So with this position, I am earning more money than I was making in the position that I had before, the one that I was laid off from. And I am one of those people where it's like, every time I take a new job, I always want to earn more. The goal is to always increase my salary. I've never taken a pay cut, and I'm really proud to be able to say that. So I was able to take the new skills that I learned in my previous jobs, such as cross-functional collaboration, project management, kind of like end-to-end project management, process management, and like new software and new systems that I was working in. And I was able to take that to my new company and be eligible not only for a step up in my career, but also a salary increase. So when you leave a position, again, if earning more money is your top priority, then you always want to make sure that you are learning something new from each of your jobs, so that you can take those skills and earn more with your next job. Do your best, if you can, to not be what I like to call a sitting duck. It's okay to just do your job and log in and log out, or go in and then go home, clock out at the end of the day. I get it. But in terms of upward mobility with increasing your salary, or just climbing the career ladder in general, so going from manager to senior manager, or senior manager to director, make sure that you are growing your skills with every single job that you take in order to do that, if that's what you desire. When it comes to learning new things, it can be skills, right? So it can be, just whatever industry related skills. So with my industry in particular, a lot of it has to do with project management, process management, data analysis, etc. Sometimes it can involve going back to school. Sometimes it can involve going for a certificate or getting experience in something in particular, right? But try to make sure that you are adding to your skill set with each job that you take, so that there's no question and there's no shadow of a doubt that you can obtain or reobtain your current salary with your new job, or go for an increase in pay if that's what you desire. Learning new skills has been the number one way, especially technologically wise, that I've been able to increase my salary with every job that I've taken. And that's it, you guys. I told you, super simple, super easy. These tips are what I use to bounce back quickly after getting laid off. And the key is really just me being proactive. I am one of the most, if you know me in real life, I am the most observant and attentive and the most, I take analysis of everything. I'm incredibly proactive. The key when it comes to bouncing back or preparing for something, especially a job search, is just being proactive. So again, when I saw those layoffs last quarter, or the 2 quarters before I got let go, I was like, it's not looking good. Something in the water ain't clean. I was feeling really anxious. And then just keeping my resume updated. Like, those 2 things in particular really, really helped me. Everything else was something that I worked on, and it just ended up working out in my favor. So if you feel as though you may be getting laid off, again, update your resume ASAP. And once you start seeing certain things, again, just start getting ready to get out of there. If you don't mind getting laid off and the severance package is good and you could use a bit of a break from the career raise, by all means, go for it. Trust me, I get it. There were a couple of people who said that they we're just kind of waiting until the layoffs hit them in my department, and no shade, because the severance was pretty good. So I get it. But if you don't want to go through being unexpectedly let go from your job and all of the things that come with that, take advantage of the tips that I just shared in this video. I guarantee that they will help you out. I really hope that you found this video helpful. If so, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Go ahead and give me a like down below. If there's any tip in particular that stuck out to you that you plan on implementing ASAP, go ahead and drop that down in the comment box down below. If you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can join my growing YouTube community and you can continue to receive helpful videos like this. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you next time with another video. Cheers to bouncing back very, very quickly after a layoff, y'all. Bye.